In the quiet town of Maplewood, the summer air was thick with the scent of blooming honeysuckle and fresh-cut grass. It was 1979, and on Oak Street, life rolled at a leisurely pace, marked by the laughter of children playing stickball and the distant chimes of the ice cream truck. Jack Harrington, a dedicated father of two, worked hard at the local factory during the week, but weekends were sacred. It was during those cherished hours that he would escape into his garage, a sanctuary filled with the tools of his trade and the dust of countless projects. He had a dream: to restore his late father's classic 1965 Ford Mustang, a beautiful shade of deep forest green that had seen better days and was now a fading memory. As Jack turned wrenches and painted body panels, he was transported back to his youth. He remembered the thrill of driving that Mustang along the coast with his buddies, the wind tousling their hair, and the music of the Beach Boys blaring from the radio. With every inch of progress, he felt the weight of nostalgia wash over him, mingling with the scent of grease and gasoline. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Funds were tight for the Harringtons, and sometimes Jack would sit on the garage floor, contemplating how to purchase that new carburetor or shiny chrome rims. The reality of bills and responsibilities loomed large, but with each setback there was a familiar resolve that kept him going, the longing for a piece of the past and the joy that it would bring, not just him, but his children, who had never seen the Mustang in its prime. As the summer rolled on, his neighbors noticed the busy hum of activity at the Harrington home. Curious glances turned to friendly conversations as they offered advice, spare parts, and encouragement, rekindling a sense of community that had once felt lost amid the hustle of everyday life. Little did they know, Jack's efforts would soon unite the neighborhood in an unexpected way. One bright Saturday morning, as the golden sunlight spilled over Oak Street, Jack set out to tackle the Mustang's engine. After weeks of disassembly, he was ready to install a new carburetor that his neighbor, Mr. Thompson, had generously offered. Mr. Thompson was a retired mechanic with a treasure trove of knowledge and an unmistakable twinkle in his eye. He arrived just in time with a box of tools and a few tips on fine-tuning the engine. "Listen here, Jack," Mr. Thompson said as he unfolded the instructions. "This beauty needs love and patience. It's not just a car, it's a piece of history." His words resonated with Jack, reminding him that this project was about more than just restoration. It was about legacy and reclaiming the joy of simpler times. As they worked side by side, the rhythmic clang of metal and the intoxicating smell of oil filled the air, drawing the children of the neighborhood into the garage. Leah, Jack's young daughter, perched on a stool, fascinated by the transformation taking place. "Can we paint it pink when you're done, Daddy?" she asked, her eyes wide with dreams of whimsical designs. Jack chuckled, but the idea sparked something within him. A vision of a bright future intertwined with his children's aspirations. The Mustang began to take shape, and with each completed section, Jack felt an overwhelming sense of pride washing over him. The community buzzed with anticipation. Word had spread that a local gem was being revived. People offered not only parts, but stories of their own cherished vehicles, creating an unspoken bond among them. Conversations flowed freely, filled with laughter and shared memories tied to their pasts. Jack realized that while he had embarked on this project alone, it had bloomed into a shared endeavor. The Mustang was a symbol of unity, bridging the gap between ages and stories, making everyone reflect on their paths in life. He could see it clearly now. This project was not just a restoration, it was a rekindling of spirits that had long been dormant. The Mustang would soon belong not just to Jack, but to the entire town, a catalyst to spark joy, memories, and dreams for generations to come. As days turned into weeks, the Mustang began to gleam under the sun, catching the attention of passers-by on Oak Street. Each bolt tightened and each part polished whispered tales of the past. Jack found himself enveloped in a learning experience that transcended the mechanics of a car. Under Mr. Thompson's guidance, he discovered the art of patience, the joy of craftsmanship, and the importance of history. One afternoon, as the sun cast long shadows across the garage floor, a sense of urgency surged through Jack. He realized that they were drawing close to a pivotal moment, the first rev of the engine after the new carburetor was installed. The simple task felt monumental. It represented every effort, every shared smile, and every lesson learned. He wouldn't just be starting an engine, he would be igniting a flame of hope and nostalgia for the entire community. Leah chimed in with gleeful enthusiasm, painting the garage walls with vivid strokes of imagination, each pink brushstroke representing her dreams for the Mustang. "Can we take it to the car show, Daddy? I want everyone to see it," she exclaimed, her voice unwavering. Jack smiled, the weight of her hope striking a chord within him. It suddenly hit him that not only was this about restoring a car, but it was also about instilling courage and passion into the younger generation. On the day of the anticipated ignition, the garage filled with neighbors buzzing with excitement. Jack could see old friends exchanging stories, kids eagerly passing around tools, all unified by a single objective. As he positioned himself behind the wheel, his heart raced, the culmination of their efforts palpable in the air. With Mr. Thompson's nod of approval, Jack turned the ignition key. A heart-stopping moment passed, then the engine roared to life, filling the space with a powerful growl. Cheers erupted, echoing through Oak Street. The Mustang didn't just start, it pulsated with life, intertwining the breaths of history and hope for the future. It was alive once more, a chariot of dreams ready to hit the open road. In that exhilarating moment, Jack understood. The Mustang would become more than a car. It was now a vessel carrying the dreams of the community, a symbol of resilience, and a bridge between past and future. It was a reminder that with love, patience, and a little help from friends, even the most daunting challenges could fuel a brighter tomorrow. As the cheers subsided, Jack stepped out of the Mustang. A wide grin plastered across his face. The roar of the engine still echoed in his ears, a symphony of hard work and determination. Mr. Thompson clapped him on the back, a proud twinkle in his eye. "You did it, son. Now we show the world what this old beauty can do." With Leah bouncing beside him, Jack could feel the anticipation building as he opened the driver's side door again. They decided to take the Mustang for a spin around the block, a small test drive that felt like a giant leap. As he gripped the steering wheel and pressed the accelerator, the Mustang surged forward, nimble yet powerful. The wind whipped through Leah's hair, her laughter ringing out as they raced down Oak Street. With each turn and rev, memories flooded back to Jack, his childhood, his father teaching him to drive, and the camaraderie of his friends in town. The Mustang wasn't just restoring its physical form. It was resurrecting the spirit of togetherness that once thrived in their community. Neighbors waved from their porches, their smiles bright as they saw the gleaming car pass by, a symbol of hope and resurgence. As they returned to the garage, the cheers erupted once more, but this time it was different. It was a celebration of not just the car, but the unity it brought. Jack stood before his friends and family, his heart swelling with gratitude. This car stands for all our dreams, our resilience, and our shared history. Let's take it to the car show, not just to win, but to remind ourselves of what we can achieve together. Days later, as they parked in front of the bustling car show filled with gleaming vehicles, Jack gazed at his Mustang, adorned with hand-painted details crafted lovingly by Leah. Their community gathered around, eyes aglow with admiration, and he couldn't help but feel that the real victory was the bond that had grown among them. A collective family forged through sweat and shared stories. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over Oak Street and the buzzing crowd, Jack made a silent promise to keep the flame of hope alive. The Mustang would not just ride through the roads, it would ride through the hearts of all who believed in the magic of connection, craftsmanship, and the beauty of rebuilding, both metal and community. They had turned the past into a new beginning, and among friends and family, this journey was just the start. The Mustang was alive, and so was their spirit.